Be the change you want to see in the world. Mahatma Gandhi. Some wait for the world to change, but others choose to become the change. They are not loud or demanding. They quietly plant seeds. Like a ray of morning light, though small, it can melt the frost of a long winter. Every smile you share, every time you forgive, every time you dare to do what's right, each is a small step that makes this world brighter. Imagine if everyone chose to live with kindness, honesty, love, and empathy. How many more miracles would this world need? For we are each other's miracles. Don't wait for someone else to pave the way. Be the one to take the first step. Don't just speak of hope. Live as if hope is your very breath. Change doesn't begin tomorrow, but in this very moment, when you decide to live differently, think differently, and love more deeply. The world won't change through prayers alone, but it will change when you become a prayer lived through action. No life is meaningless. A life lacks meaning only when we don't know what to live for. A star in the vast sky. Some shine brightly, some flicker faintly, but no star is ever redundant. The world needs you, even if you haven't realized it yet. You may not have found a reason to wake up each morning, but that reason awaits you on the path you've yet to tread. Life doesn't lose its meaning. We just haven't learned how to ignite it. When you start living for something, for family, for a dream, for those you wish to help, even the stormiest days carry their own beauty. Meaning isn't found in a treasure chest. It's created in every action, every small choice. Sometimes, a simple act, a smile to a stranger, a word of thanks, an effort not to give up, is enough to make your life shine brighter. Remember, life doesn't ask how long you live, but what you live for. And when you find your own answer, everything around you becomes more meaningful than ever. Life is a play without a script. Perform your role to the best of your ability. A vast stage where the lights flicker on and off and the audience comes and goes. You have no script in hand, no idea what the next scene holds, yet you must step up and perform. Sometimes you'll stumble, your lines won't be perfect, or you might break down mid-scene. But it's those clumsy moments, those heartfelt tears, that make your performance memorable and true. Play your role with passion and heart, for no one else can take your place. If today is a sad scene, remember that tomorrow might bring a joyful melody. If you fall today, see it as a necessary act for your character to grow. And when the curtain falls, you can smile and say, I lived, I loved, and I played my part fully. Every person is the architect of their own destiny, an empty plot of land. No one but you will design and build your own house. You can choose to construct it with bricks of dreams, cement of perseverance, and tiles of hope. Sometimes your blueprint will be flawed. At times, life's storms will topple your unfinished work. But that's not the end. It's when you learn to redesign, stronger, wiser, and more determined. Your destiny doesn't lie in anyone else's hands. It rests in your every action and thought. If you want your life to be full of light, open the window of faith. If you want a brighter future, start laying the first bricks today. And if you want a life worth remembering, paint it with the colors of passion, kindness, and integrity. We do not live to eat, we eat to live. Socrates, a symphony where food is but a single note, brief yet essential to create a harmonious melody. We eat to sustain our breath, to have the strength to continue our journey of discovering life's deeper meaning. If we live only to eat, life shrinks to plates piled high, yet the soul remains starved. But when we eat to live, every meal becomes a ritual of gratitude for the earth, for life, for our very existence. Eat as if it were an art, where taste meets contentment and simplicity becomes the sweetest flavor. For in the end, we don't live to chase delicacies, but to fully embrace every moment, including the salt, the sweetness, and the fragrance of life. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Mahatma Gandhi. A brief song, and no one knows when the final note will sound. So, live today as if tomorrow will never come. Speak words of love while you can. Forgive when there's still a chance. And smile, even if it's just a ray of light through a window. For tomorrow promises nothing. Only today is real. But living fully doesn't mean living recklessly. In every moment, learn. Learn to love, to understand, to forgive, and to grow. Learn from people, from nature, from failures, and even from pain. For knowledge isn't just in books. It's in every breath, every heartbeat of life. Live like a flame blazing in the night, but learn like a river that never stops flowing. For only by cherishing the present and constantly refining yourself can you touch the true beauty of being human. The value of a life is not in its length, but in its quality. Martin Luther King Jr. Life isn't a thick book, judged by the number of its pages, but by the lines you write with your heart. A day spent, a kind act, a sincere word, or a moment you smile at yourself, all add to the quality of your life. Living isn't just breathing, it's feeling, leaving a mark, and creating meaning for yourself and those around you. If you focus only on extending your years while neglecting the value of each moment, life becomes meaningless. But when every moment is lived fully, loved, learned, and shared, even a short life becomes extraordinary. The quality of life is the flame that lights your soul, making every step memorable, every breath valuable. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle. The journey to wisdom isn't about chasing external knowledge, but a pilgrimage deep within your soul. Knowing yourself is like finding a compass in the vast sea. Understanding your strengths lets you shine. Recognizing your weaknesses teaches you to grow. Every emotion, thought, and action becomes a precious lesson. Only by knowing yourself can you truly listen to others, learn without arrogance, and make wise decisions. True wisdom begins with the humility to look within, to reflect and understand your soul. Knowing yourself is not just the start of wisdom, but the foundation for building a meaningful life, where every choice stems from clarity and sincerity. I think, therefore I am. René Descartes. Each time you pause to question, analyze an idea, or reflect on yourself, you affirm a truth. You exist. Thinking is the flame that lights your soul, illuminating the hidden corners of yourself and the world around you. It's not just the act of thinking. It's proof that you don't just breathe. You feel, reflect, and seek meaning. Thinking connects you to the past, reveals the present, and shapes the future. It's the bridge between yourself and the universe, between the finite human and the infinite realm of knowledge. When you think, you don't just exist. You live fully, meaningfully, leaving your mark in the flow of time. Man is the sum of his social relationships. Karl Marx. A person is not an isolated island, but a complex web of connections. Every smile, word, and gesture from those around us leaves a mark on our soul, weaving the colors and shapes of our character. Family teaches us love, friends share joys and sorrows, colleagues challenge and sharpen our resolve, all blend to form our essence. Each relationship is a mirror, reflecting who we are and what we're becoming. We only truly understand ourselves when we understand our relationships with others. We only grow when we build and nurture sincere connections, giving and receiving. Through these relationships, we learn to love, forgive, collaborate, and shine within our community. You are the universe experiencing itself. Alan Watts. Within every cell of your being burns the trace of starlight. The glow from billions of years ago still flickers in your eyes. You're not just a tiny human in a vast universe. You're the universe condensed, able to feel, smile, and love. When you gaze at a sunset, it's the universe beholding its own beauty. When you cry, it's the universe feeling its own fragility. We're not here to conquer the universe. We're part of its journey. Every thought, emotion, and breath is a ripple of cosmic energy, a whisper of eternal life seeking to understand itself through you. You are not small. You are part of something grand. When you realize you are the universe experiencing itself, you stop feeling lost and start living with deeper reverence, love, and connection to everything around you. For every moment you live is a moment the universe is known, felt, and loved anew. The most important thing is to become yourself. Erasmus, a grand stage where people often wear masks to fit roles, standards, or others' expectations. But the greatest task isn't pleasing every audience. It's living with your own mask or daring to take it off and reveal your true self. When you become yourself, every step, decision, and word aligns with your heart and soul. Becoming yourself isn't selfishness or ignoring others. It's a journey to find your unique voice, discover your passions and core values, and embrace both strengths and flaws. Only by living true to yourself can you feel true freedom, peace, and joy in life's simple moments. Happiness and meaning don't come from being a perfect version in others' eyes, but from daring to live as your true self. Becoming yourself is the key to unlocking the door to freedom, confidence, and a fulfilled life. We are what we think. All that we are arises from our thoughts. Buddha. Each thought is like a brick, and your life is the house built from those bricks. When your mind is filled with optimistic, loving, resilient thoughts, your actions radiate that positive energy. But if your mind is clouded by anxiety, doubt, or resentment, those emotions seep into your life, dimming your inner light. Thoughts are not just echoes of the present. They are the blueprint for your future. Every moment you recognize and choose your thoughts, you actively shape who you are, your happiness, success, and meaning. Tend to your mind like a cherished garden, for what you plant today will bloom tomorrow. Without wind, trees do not sway. A silent forest, trees stand green, but still rigid, as if lacking life. When the wind blows, leaves dance, and trunks bend to nature's rhythm. Only with the wind do trees learn to stand firm, their roots digging deeper, their branches growing more flexible. Human life is the same. Challenges and unexpected storms help us discover hidden strength, cultivate patience, and sharpen wisdom. Challenges aren't always pleasant, but they help us grow, revealing the value of ourselves and the world around us. Each shake, each struggle brings us closer to the strongest, deepest version of ourselves. Adversity is not an enemy, but a teacher. Without wind, we cannot learn to stand firm. Without challenges, we cannot grow. Embrace every difficulty as the wind that helps you develop and break through. Everyone has a moon and a dark side they never show to anyone. Mark Twain. Humans are like small planets in the cosmos, where light and shadow coexist. The moon within us shines with joy, kindness, and shared dreams. But the dark side is different, silent, hidden, holding pains, fears, and secrets we dare not reveal. No matter how close we are to someone, there are parts of ourselves that remain our own. Understanding this fosters compassion for ourselves, accepting our flaws and pains, for others, respecting their privacy and mysteries. Each person is a universe unto themselves, and exploring oneself is a lifelong journey where light and shadow together create the richness and depth of the soul. Everyone has their light and dark sides, and that's what makes them unique and truly human. Embrace your dark side, respect the hidden parts of others, and know that perfection lies not in erasing the shadows, but in living in harmony with both light and dark. You must change within to change without. The world outside is a mirror reflecting your soul. If your heart is filled with worry, fear, or anger, the world you see will be dark and chaotic. But when you nurture peace, gratitude, and patience within, the world around you reflects that calm and harmony. Inner change isn't about altering circumstances, but transforming how you perceive and respond to them. Every step of inner transformation, a positive thought, a kind act, a forgiving attitude, ripples outward, changing relationships, opportunities, and your entire life. When your soul transforms, the world around you shifts like a still lake reflecting a clear sky. The true power to change your life lies within you. Start with your heart, your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, and you'll see the world around you begin to change. To make the world more beautiful, first, make your heart more beautiful. The ego is the greatest prison of all, a vast, invisible room where you lock yourself in with thoughts of right and wrong, winning and losing, or craving others' approval. That is the ego, the invisible yet most confining prison. Each time you cling to pride, insecurity, or defend your views to the end, you add another iron bar to the walls around you. But when you recognize the ego and learn to let go of arrogance and selfishness, you unlock the door to freedom. This freedom isn't reckless indulgence, but a liberated soul, loving without possession, listening without judgment, living without the constraints of a narrow ego. Only then can you truly experience openness, peace, and joy in life. The ego may be invisible, but it's the most powerful cage. Learn to recognize, restrain, and rise above it to free your soul, making every step in life lighter, more natural, and more complete. The greatest journey of life is finding yourself. Life is like a vast map, filled with winding paths and uncharted lands. Everyone starts with hesitant steps, uncertain about themselves and the world around them. The greatest journey isn't conquering others or achieving material success, but diving deep within, where you meet your emotions, fears, dreams, and hidden potential. When you find yourself, you not only know who you are, but how to live true to your values, passions, and aspirations. Every experience, challenge, joy, and pain becomes a teacher guiding you on this journey. And in that moment, life becomes complete, meaningful, and inspiring. The greatest journey is finding yourself, Twainator, learning to listen to your heart, recognizing your true worth, and living fully as you. When you find yourself, every other journey in life gains true meaning.